Hello folks, this is Sula speaking. You're listening to another video for Teamfight Tactics. This is footage taken from another normal game. In this game we're going to be looking at a team composition that's been around for a while but has gone through some tweaks over the various patches. That is the old family rerolled build, focusing on the three family units, Powder, Violet, and Vander, and then splicing in some more pit fighters and other conquer units along the way. What's going to make this game a little bit different is we're going to be focusing on one of the augments, and that is the Kingslayer augment. So this is the Kingslayer family, and that name will make a little bit more sense as we play our way through the game. Nothing too crazy here. Obviously, I've done some videos with this team composition before, and this was not like an insane high roll game by any means, but I was pretty happy with how this one turned out. And I figured it would be fun to just take this and put it up on YouTube because it is my channel and I'm the one who gets to decide what kind of footage will appear on there. Alright, at this point in time on my start, I didn't have anything too particular in mind. I did get kind of the three of the key pieces for the family reroll board here, with a Darius, a Draven, and a Violet right here. I was thinking about that. I was also thinking of the possibility of playing a Bruisers-based team composition, which would go into Twitch and other snipers later on, but I did get this. I did get a Vladimir to drop, which is kind of nice because that pairs reasonably well with the Darius, and like I could look to play the Vlad before I find Vander. Then I actually get another Vladimir here as well. In fact, if my items were a little bit different, if I had AP items here instead of AD items, I've got that sword. I might have been thinking more about playing into like a Black Rose team composition, because I do have the Morgana here. It's actually not that bad. I wouldn't say it's one of the strongest comps in this patch, but it's pretty playable. Still, if you want to go that route, you kind of do want to get an early Cassiopeia. You don't really want to try to play in that direction unless you get like an earlier Cassiopeia. But for the most part, my options are still pretty open here in this lobby. I'm actually going to grab the Aurelia pair because that could give me a Sentinel option as well. So I was kind of relying on this initial augment to give me some kind of direction, and I don't quite get it, but I do get this Latent Forge. After 8-player combats, gain an artifact item, and that kind of led me to go in the direction of playing a family reroll board because there's an awful lot of artifacts that are really good with this setup. There's like a disproportionately high number of artifacts that are good for like melee AD fighters. I think there's like 6 or 7 of them that are pretty good for that. So the odds of pulling something that would be good on Violet are actually pretty high here. Now, the other reason why I thought I would play this board is I also went through and I looked at every other team composition, and it was pretty clear that no one was going to do a family reroll board, and that was going to be uncontested in this lobby. So even though I wouldn't say this is like the best spot to play it from, and I knew that my early game was going to be pretty weak because like look at what I have. I have a 1-star Darius, a 1-star Vladimir, and a 1-star Draven back there. I knew that this opener was going to be pretty rough because I don't have an early Vander, I don't have an early 2-star Violet. I just don't have a whole lot here, so it's pretty clear I'm going to be lost streaking through the early game, which is typically what happens anyway when you play like a 1-cost reroll build, which is what this is. So like you're typically lost streaking through the early game anyway. However, I'm in a position where I am not convinced I'm going to be able to kill a whole lot of enemy units. You could make the case I should just ditch the Vlad because he is costing me 4 gold, which is actually a lot for this early in the game. I could just have sold both Vlads, and I could just be playing the other 3 units. But I was still thinking maybe if I have the Vlad on the board early until I find Vander, that might allow me to kill at least a couple units here. But as you're going to see from my Conqueror stacks, this early game does not go especially well. Kind of getting run over by every board. It doesn't help that seemingly a disproportionate number of people went to level 4 here out of the gate. It's actually quite common to have lobbies where only like 1 or 2 people will go to level 4 to start the game, but I think that like multiple teams that I'm up against have each been going to level 4, so that was a little bit unfortunate. I mean, I didn't kill anything there. I didn't even come close to killing anything there, which is not what I'm looking for. Still, like I said, there is potential here. My items are actually not bad for this start either, because I could opt to make a Bloodthirster if I wanted. I mean, I'll go ahead and put the Violet on the board right now. Not seeing a lot of these units. I still have only seen 1 Violet, I've seen 1 Darius, I've seen 2 Dravens, I've seen 0 Vanders, I've seen 0 Powders. So yeah, not the greatest, but as I said, I do think the potential's there because it's an uncontested build, and I think I'm like going through, I'm double checking to make sure no one else is playing this. But as I was saying, I do think my items are reasonably good for this because I already have the items for a Bloodthirster, which is one of Violet's best items, and she is the main carry on this team composition. So I already have a Bloodthirster if I want to make it. And I also could look to make like a Titan's Resolve from the vest, which would also be quite good. Like I was just thinking here, I was like, if I can do Bloodthirster plus Titan's Resolve, because I'm going to be first pick on this upcoming carousel because I'm so weak right now. Bloodthirster, Titan's Resolve, and then if I could get an artifact item from that artifact anvil that I know I'm going to get in the middle of stage 3, then like that would be a pretty good set of items to have on Violet if I can 3-star her and put other family units around her. So anyway, that was, as I said, pretty disastrous. I lose all 3 rounds. None of them were especially close. I have 2 Conqueror stacks. 2. So I have killed 2 units in 3 fights. Not great. Not great. There is a Vander here, which I could pick up, which wouldn't be terrible. But as I said, I'm going to take that bow, and I'm going to look to play into the Titan's Resolve. So I'm going to do Bloodthirster, Titan's Resolve. And I think for the moment, I'm actually going to put them on the Draven, even though these are not especially great Draven items, just because I think I'm going to 2-star him first, because I still only have the 1 Violet, but I'm on Draven pair. So I think I'd prefer to put these items, if it's a 2-star Draven, I'd rather put these items on him, even if they're not ideal, just because a Violet that's 1-star and does not have family trade in is a pretty weak unit. Alright, well there's finally a Powder. I also do have the 2-star Vlad, which is sucking up 6 econ at this stage of the game, but it could be worse. At least that gives me something. Maybe that'll allow my front line to survive long enough for Draven to kill something, but I'm not terribly optimistic right now. So yeah, I've hit all these Vlads, who is not a unit that gets played on this board, and as I said, is probably just more of an econ sink than anything else. But I was hoping that he would allow me to at least kill a few more units in these fights. But no, never mind. I'm up against someone who's leveled to level 5. They have 5 units on the board to my 4. They have double 2-star units. They have a 2-star Steb. They have another 2-star Steb. And then they have a Maddie back there with an Infinity Edge. I was like, can I kill one of the Stebs? No, not even close. Okay. Well, that wasn't great. This early game not going especially well. But that just means the turnaround will be more epic when it takes place, right? Maybe. Well, this is pre-recorded footage, so I already know what happens. Okay, this is better. 2-star Draven, and then another Darius in there. So, okay, I was like, okay, now at least I have a 2-star Draven. So hopefully that helps a little bit. Maybe I can actually get 1 or 2 kills in the next round. Ideally, what would happen here would be for me to lose the round. But for me to lose the round and kill like all but 1 enemy unit, so I could keep my loss streak intact for econ purposes, but kill most of the enemy board. I don't want to be taking 5-0 losses. You just take way too much damage when you're losing rounds and not killing a single unit. Like it's one thing to play for econ, but you can't be like losing 10 health in every single fight in stage 2. It's way too early to lose that much health. So okay, this fight's closer. I actually thought I might be able to win this fight. I was kind of hoping I would lose this fight, so I was kind of hoping Vlad would die without getting his ult off, which is what happens. And oh wow, backline Bloodthirster actually does something. The Maddie got her ult off on Draven, and the Bloodthirster actually triggered and kept him from dying. So this looks like it's going to be a perfect loss, because Draven's going to lose to Maddie here. Yeah, there we go. That's what we want. We want a 1-unit loss. Excellent. And I believe that other player was on full loss streak, only to have their loss streak interrupted because they won the round. They beat me. So anyway, this was not the stage 2 that I wanted, but I do think I'm starting to get closer. I'm like I said, now I'm on 2 out of 3 Violets. I have Powder who can put in. Now I just need to find a Vander and try to get a 2-star Powder, and then I think I'll be in better shape if I can manage to put that together, because I do have good Powder items, and as I continuously say, this comp is uncontested. So I think if once I can actually get to the point where I start re-rolling on 50 gold, I think I can start hitting. And then there's a Swain here. That like the Swain would be really nice. He's a Conqueror unit. He's a Sorcerer unit, but it's just not what I'm looking for in this game. And I'm not looking to go vertical Conqueror here. All right, and then I get double rods, which I definitely don't need. So I can reforge one of them. All right, well, there's Vander, so we can dump the Vlad. And now I might as well go ahead and roll. We'll reforge one of the rods because we don't need rods. Okay, a vest. Not quite what I'm looking for. But we'll see. I can do something with it. All right, well, there's Powder 2-star. So I'm going to be playing her on the board next, but I'm not going to take one of these units out. And then I decided I would roll down, I think, to 40 because I was trying to see if I could hit one more Violet to get Violet 2-star on there. I don't actually have that happen, but I did manage to hit 3 Vanders, so that's kind of nice. And I'll certainly be putting my tank items on Vander because he is the primary tank on this board. As a quick refresher for family trait, it is a trait that causes the units that are the 3 family units. It is Violet, Powder, and Vander. It reduces their mana cost. It means that their abilities cost less mana. I think Family 3 is it's like 25% less mana to cost their abilities, so it's a pretty big spike when you get it in. And I have not had Family in the whole game. This round also doesn't go great. I kill, I think, 1 unit and take another bad loss. But then we're going to get our next Silver Augment here. And out of these options, I was going to take Fire Sale, which I thought would give me some econ. That's been nerfed, but it's still pretty decent. But then I see Kingslayer, something I referenced in the title of this video. After winning a player combat, gain 1 gold. If they have more health than you, gain 6 gold instead. Gain 1 gold now. So this is a kind of a risky augment to take, and it's not one that I would typically take. By the way, I want to roll this down to try to hit another Violet here. That's why I'm rolling lower than 40 gold. Oh, there we go, and I finally hit. I rolled below 50 gold there because it was actually really important to hit Violet 2-star because that synergizes with how I'm going to play this Kingslayer augment. Like I said, it's kind of an unusual augment because in order to get good value from this, you need to, number one, have low health. And I was like, okay, well, clearly this is the right time to take this. I'm on 65 HP. I'm the lowest health in the lobby. So anyone I beat is going to have higher health than me, at least for the time being. So it's something you take if you've lost streaked all through the early game, but you think that you can start winning rounds now. So it could be good to take with like a Chem Baron cash out plan, or just someone who thinks that their board has been weak but is about to get strong. And the rewards for winning are massive. If you win a round against someone with higher HP, again, it is 6 gold. That is unbelievable value from a silver augment. So that's the first time I've gotten one of these. And I actually also get the Conqueror cash out for hitting 10 stacks. So I got 8 gold that round. And it's going to make it very, that's really going to accelerate me in terms of hitting the units in this build. So like I was not hitting a lot of the units in this build, but all of a sudden, after getting 8 gold from that round, I ended up getting, now I'm on 7 Dravens, 5 Violets, 5 Dariuses, and 4 Powders. So like I'm definitely making progress there, thanks to getting that extra gold. So what was it? I think I got 9 gold for you always get 5 gold at the start of every round. I think I got 4 more because I was at 40 gold, the 40 gold income breakpoint. So that's 9 gold, and then 2 gold for my Conqueror cash out for 11, and then 6 from the Kingslayer win. So that got me to, what, 17 gold for that round? That's a lot of rerolls. Alright, this round is relatively close as well. Can Draven kill everything? It does not appear that he can. I was like, Draven needs a Rage Blade. That's what he needs. It's one of his most important items. He wants like Rage Blade plus like Infinity Edge, and then like a third item. Last Whisper is pretty good too. He can only apply it to 1 unit at a time, but he spends a lot of time hitting front lines, so Last Whisper is pretty good on him too. Something like that. But he really wants the Rage Blade. He needs attack speed. So the good news is I'm going to get first pick on the carousel so I can take a bow. But look, one person has Young, Wild, and Free. And I was like, I really want this Gangplank. All right, well, they're going to take that. Thankfully, for me, there's actually 2 bows on this carousel. The way the Stage 3 carousel works is, unless there's like a spatula on there, then one of the 8 components is doubled, and the other 7 all have just 1 of each. So I actually got quite lucky that the bow was doubled there. So I can go ahead and make that Rage Blade on Draven, which I need very, very badly on him, since it allows him to ramp up over the course of the fight. So that's kind of lucky. Anyway, I wasn't able to win that fight, but like in this fight, you see the downside of Kingslayer. You get nothing if you lose the fight, and it does nothing to help you win fights. So it's a risky augment to take. All right, it's also been 8 rounds since the start of the game, so I can get my artifact item, and I'm going to take Prowler's Claw. Health, attack damage, crit chance, and it also has an additional property of if the unit that has it kills the target, they will jump to another target, and they'll jump to another target, and then I believe their next 2 attacks are guaranteed to crit, or something like that, or they have like a hugely increased crit chance. So this is a really good artifact for a melee AD, which is of course exactly what Violet is. So this is going to be a very, very good item on here. Next to crit, yeah, that's it. Next to is that they shed all crowd control and then jump to another target. So if Violet is the one getting the kill, she's going to be jumping around with that Prowler's Claw. It's a very, very good item. So I think I've gotten really good value out of my silver augments. There she goes. She just leaped into the back lines and jumped on that Trist. Okay, so can Draven kill the Trist? I think so. There we go. And we're going to get another Kingslayer cash out right here. So for 2 silver augments, like I said, I think I got pretty good value out of these because that's my second Kingslayer cash out. There we go. Another 6 gold payout. All right, now I'd like to pick up powders here, but I don't have bench space for powder, and these other units are all more important. Powder really is just kind of a trait bot. All right, look at this. Look at how much progress we've made. 8 Dravens, 6 Vanders, 6 Dariuses, 6 Violets. Not bad. And I'm on, and then I decided I would roll lower because I decided I would roll below 50 gold here again, and the rationale was, hey, everyone that I'm up against has more health than me, so if I beat them, I can get 6 gold. And I think getting a 3-star Draven will really, really help me win against one of these players. Like, it's a big difference if I have a 2-star Draven versus a 3-star Draven. So I decided I would roll down to 40 gold because almost all that money would pay itself back again if hitting the 3-star Draven allowed me to win the round. So this fight's pretty close, but now Violet's gotten in the back line. She's punching people back there. I wish she would hit the Maddie. She's dancing around with that Prowler's Claw. Come on, come on. One more. Oh, she didn't get her ult off, but Draven has the Rage Blade to ramp. He has healing from Pit Fighter trait. Looks like he's got this fight. There we go. So I'm pretty confident I don't win that fight if he's not 3-starred. So I think it was very worthwhile. Now, of course, I got a little lucky to find the last Draven, but I do think it was a good call to roll down there. That's my 3rd Kingslayer cash out, and I'm going to pick up this Gangplank because I do need to. I want to start leveling as soon as I can hit the Violet. I'll start leveling. She's the really key unit here. It's like her and Draven are my main carries, and I'd like to hit Darius 3-star as well because I'm on 7 Dariuses, but he's not as important because Vander is my main tank. But anyway, once I hit Violet, I can go to level 6, and then I'll try to find the remaining Vanders because I am on 6 Vanders, and then I'll put in this guy. I actually got another Gangplank there, which is not bad at all. And then it looks like I can't even pick up all these. All right, well, there's 2 more Vanders. I have to clear out bench space for that. So let's pick that up because this actually gets me to 8 Vanders on level 5. That's pretty wild. So let's roll it down. All right, there's another Darius. I got to drop something. I'll drop the Gangplank, even though he would be the next unit in. Okay, because I'm on 8 Dariuses, I'm going to roll for this. There we go. And now we'll go ahead and level, and we'll put in the Urgot. Urgot really does nothing on his own, but if I can play Urgot and Gangplank, I get 4 Pit Fighters in. And we have much better odds to find the Vander 3-star on level 6, so we will go to level 6. And now I have to figure out what to do with these items. I was like, okay, I think I'm down for Sunfire Cape. I'll go ahead and pick this up. And then the bow, I'm less certain what I'm going to do with. Could be half of a Titans. It could also go into an item on Draven. Could also be a good item on Draven too, so we'll figure something out. By the way, Draven is surviving on like no HP here. Come on, Violet, can you kill the backline? It looks like Violet's got it. And there we go. All right, that's my 4th Kingslayer cash out. So I am climbing the ranks on the scoreboard. That's another 6 gold. I've gotten 24 gold already from this Kingslayer augment. Again, high risk, high reward, difficult augment to use, but like if you're hitting the cash outs, it is a big, big value. All right, now we knew the last augment was going to be prismatic because we had a Heimerdinger encounter at the start of the game. And so I did think about the sword overflow, which I don't think would be terrible here because they do have a lot of use of swords. But I think there's better options here. Coronation seems like it's clearly better. I could also upgrade an item to Radiant, but I think just getting the +1 team size is pretty good. And I get this Tactician's Crown that gives bonus stats. So now I get to play another unit on my board. So there's a Gangplank in my store. Thankfully, Gangplank came back to me, and I will play him for the 4 Pit Fighters. So that means more lifesteal and bigger shield. Oh, and I was rolling for the Vander 3. There we go. I do manage to hit it. Again, same logic here. If I hit that person that's ahead on me on the scoreboard, I think there's Steven Tran 3. If I hit that person ahead of me, having Vander 3 makes it way more likely that I'll win the round. And that would, again, then give me a 6 gold cash out. But it looks like I hit someone who actually has less health than me. This person, Joshua, actually has less health than me. I mean, the other reason why it's worthwhile to roll down a little below 50 gold here is I am starting to build a win streak. I'm on a 3-match win streak, so I've got the chance to hit someone above me for a Kingslayer cash out, and I also have the chance just to keep this win streak alive because 3-star Vander is a big power spike for my board, and you know, getting up to a 4-match win streak yields me more econ too. Now that we've 3-starred all of our key units, we've hit all of our 1 costs. We hit the Violet, well, not Powder. We didn't hit Powder, but Powder is just in this board as a trait bot. Oh, by the way, I'm going to get another Conqueror cash out too. That's a Renata 2-star, which I obviously am not going to play. Why couldn't that have been an Urgot 2-star? That would have been nice. I'm not going to play that unit, so we will just sell for 5 gold. But yeah, now, like I said, I have been... Well, I kind of lost my train of thought there. Now I have... oh, that's right. I was on a 4-match win streak, so I'm getting econ from that. I just got more econ from Conqueror trait. But I did manage to hit all the key 3-stars. That's the 1-cost 3-stars that matter are in order: Violet number 1, Draven number 2, Darius number 3, Powder number 4. I'm not close to 3-starring her. I'll keep holding pilots Powders. I don't really expect to 3-star her, but I'll keep holding them just because why not? And then I also managed to 3-star the Vander, who is the main tank and is the other key unit we want to hit. So now we want to level, and we want to get up to 6 pit fighters, which normally requires getting to level... by the way, there's my 5th Kingslayer cash out there. That's 30 gold now I've gotten from this. Normally you have to get to level 9 to play 6 pit fighters, but if I can somehow find Savika, I actually will not have to get to level 9. I could actually play 6 pit fighters on level 8, which means if I do get to level 9, I'll get to play another unit. So I can just play like another random unit, which would be pretty nice. Alrighty, well, I still get decent carousel priority. There was a couple things I wanted there. There was actually I believe there was a Savika. Oh, yeah, there was a Savika on that carousel with a glove, which would have been amazing. I could have made Infinity Edge on Draven and then played Savika on the board over like the stupid Urgot who's not doing anything. That got taken. Also, the Young, Wild, and Free player took the spatula that was there, which I was like, ugh. You never want to see those spatulas on the carousel if you don't have good odds, if you don't have anything you can do with them. So now I get to play another unit. I was like, okay, we'll just put Ambessa on the board. That seems, that seems pretty good. She's going to put Emissary trait in play. Her Emissary trait gives the whole team armor and magic resistance. I was able to get a cloak there, which I can use to put a Gargoyle Stoneplate on Vander, which is not a bad item on him. Vander as a Watcher gets durability, which is damage reduction, so you can make him tankier by giving him a combination of more health, so like Warmogs is quite good on him, or more armor and magic resistance. So I like the Sunfire Cape. I need a heal cut on my team. That helps out. At least the Sunfire's not the best heal cut, but it does help out a bit. And he gets more health from Sunfire Cape as well. And then the Gargoyle Stoneplate gives him some armor and magic resistance, more as if he gets focused during the fights. So anyway, that looks pretty good there. By the way, this person's the person who's win streaking. They're playing a Dominator's Black Rose board, and I'm going to win this for Kingslayer cash out number 6. That's 36 gold of value that I've gotten from a silver augment. Now, granted, it was spaced out in time. Didn't happen all at once, but still, insane value from a silver augment. All right, now it's time for our anomaly. I did think about rolling for the one that turns a 1-cost unit into a 4-star unit. I was thinking about going for that. But I do see this bully gain 11% damage jam, increase to 33% against units with a lower star level. I was like, you know what, this is good enough. It's not quite as good as the one that turns the unit into a 4-star unit, but I don't want to sit here and roll. I need to try to get first to level 8 and then ideally to level 9. And I don't want to roll like 10 gold, 15 gold. I just want to put that gold towards leveling. The other problem with that gold, I think that anomaly is called Ultimate Hero, the one that you can get a 4-star unit. It doesn't kick in for I think it's 3 rounds after you pick it. Originally it kicked in immediately, but it was nerfed at some point where now it takes 3 rounds to kick in. Like, I'm on a big win streak here. It's actually really important I keep this win streak going because it's worth an awful lot of economy if I can keep this win streak going. So rolling lots and lots and lots of gold to try to find one specific anomaly, which wouldn't even do anything for like 3 rounds anyway, doesn't seem like the way to go here. The one that I got, Bully, that's pretty good. I'm reasonably pleased with that one, and I just want to win this so I can get out to the 7-match win streak and take this win into the minion round. Now the downside is I can't get Kingslayer value here because all 3 of the opponents I was up against have lower health than me. So we've gone from Kingslayer cash outs to just like now being on generic win streak. By the way, look at Violet as she's killing things, dashing around. You know what she's a little bit like with this that was a hilarious fight. She just jumped around killing everything. With this Prowler Claw, she reminds me of Aurelia from set 6.5, the second half of set 6. Where she had that reset ability, and she would just dash around again and again and again, getting resets. It definitely reminds me of that. Well, anyway, that was pretty silly. Oh, I do get 1 gold for a win if it's not if the person's
lower than me in health in the lobby, I get 1 gold. So it does give me a tiny bit more econ. But again, I don't get anything if I lose a round, and it doesn't do anything to help me win a round directly because it doesn't give me any combat power. Still, I did get combat power from my other silver augment and from my prismatic. So, and the amount of econ that silver augment generated was pretty wild. Okay, so time for our final minion round here to get another Vander, which is no good. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and look to pull something here. So I was hoping to get a glove for Infinity Edge, and I do get that, but if I take that, I have to make Gnasher's Tooth with my other items, and that doesn't seem very good at all. So out of the options here, just so I can do something with this belt, I'll go ahead and make Redemption, and then I'll make Giant Slayer for Draven, which I do think is the best I could do with the items I had available. And now I'm just going to go ahead and look to go to level 9 because I need to find Savika to get 6 Pit Fighters in. I was not lucky enough to get a Pit Fighter's emblem or along the way. It is makeable with, I believe, a frying pan makes the Pit Fighter emblem from what I remember. But yeah, so I was not lucky enough to get a Pit Fighter emblem, so that means if I want to play the 6 Pit Fighters, which I definitely do, I need to find Savika. And my odds of finding Savika are way better at level 9. They go from 3% here at level 8 to, I think, 10% to find the 5 costs on level 9. By the way, this fight's reasonably close, but Violet's jumping around with that Prowler's Claw. She does 7,000 damage, Draven does 6,000 damage, and on we go. Our win streak continues. Too bad that person had less health than me. And oh, look at this, there's an Elise here. Okay, I'll play the Elise over the double powders. Double Powder was just because I didn't have anything else to play. I'm also playing Powder in the back line. I know it's fashionable to play her up in the front line, but I was actually trying to do that earlier in the game, and it didn't really seem to do anything. So I've got her in the back line for right now. I don't know if that's better or not. As I said, I know it's popular to play her in the front row. So basically the idea behind front rowing Powder is she gets off 1 cast and then dies, but she gets that 1 cast off very quickly in the fight. I mean, she's basically just in there as a trait bot, so I'm not sure if it really matters that much where she is in this battle, but I put her in the back line for what it's worth. Okay, there is one person in the lobby who has more health than me. I was kind of hoping I would hit them. Instead, I'm hitting this Trist player. They are Trist Emissary. It's actually supposed to be one of the stronger comps in this build, is 4 Emissaries with Trist as like the main carry. And like Trist got off an ult that took out, I don't know, 70% of Violet's health bar, which is a pretty nasty ult, but it wasn't quite enough to kill Violet, and the rest of the team wasn't that strong. And by the way, here is our 65 stack Conqueror cash out, which gives me a Zoe, so I'll just sell that for another 4 econ. And I'll grab this Echo because I can play Echo on a level up. He would give me Ambusher trait. Now, granted, the other person who's Ambusher trait is Powder, so it's not that valuable of a trait, but never hurts to have another unit on there. Echo's a pretty solid unit, so don't mind having him on there. Also do have Scrap trait, but Scrap's not really doing anything for me because I don't have any Scrap items on my Scrap units. Like GP's not holding any items, Powder's not holding any items, so Scrap trait's kind of useless for me right now. But Echo would have that as well if I slapped he would get like a shield if I put like a Thief's Glove on him or something. So I'll at least hold him. He's definitely an option that I can look to play. And if you look at the health in the lobby right now, I'm actually now top health in the lobby. I've won 9 rounds in a row. So no Kingslayer value for me, but I definitely think I got the value from that silver augment. What is it? I think I got it 6 different times, if I counted that correctly, and I could have gotten it another time or two as well. And it's taken me from being, as I said, low health in the lobby to now max health in the lobby on a 10-match winning streak. So it certainly flipped this lobby around. All right, now it's time to pick from the stage 5 carousel, and there's something I want desperately here. I want that Jinx with Asterix. Asterix would be really, really good on like a Savika or a Vi, and then Jinx, like I get to play +1 unit on this board because I've got that Tactician's Crown. Jinx would be a great unit to play. And then after this, I was like, all right, I don't know what to play. I decided I would take the Guard Breaker because it's a little bit better on melee carries, and I figured this would probably end up on like a Savika or a Vi or something. But I don't know if that was quite right. All right, so now I'm going to look for stuff. And oh, well, Jinx comes back. That's not the worst. I can play the Jinx potentially for right now. I'll play that over the Echo. And then Jace was a possibility as well because I do a Form Swapper trait in there. But by the way, I probably should have, and there's a Vi, so I'll pick that up. Now I just need to find Savika. Probably should have held on to some of these. By the way, there's finally GP 2-star. And then there's another Ambessa. So I think I ended up selling the Jace so I could pick up another Ambessa. But I probably should have looked to play 2-star Echo over 1-star Jinx. I think 2-star Echo is definitely better than 1-star Jinx as far as that's concerned. But I don't know, like there is a little bit of like the lore symmetry of like when you're playing a family board getting Jinx on the board as well. I don't know. I always find it amusing to play Jinx on a family board. And, you know, she does have some utility. She does have a stun that she gets off on her second cast. Anyway, this fight's really close, but I do end up barely losing to that board. So I finally do have my win streak come to a close, which is a bit disappointing. I think if I'd found a Savika and I had 6 Pit Fighters in, that would have been enough. And oh, hey, there we go. Okay. So now we can take some of these units out. We'll take out the Savika, and we'll play the, or take out the Ambessa, play Savika, play Vi. There we go. Now we have 6 Pit Fighters in. And I decided I would move some of these items around a little bit. I thought I'd move the Guard Breaker over to Draven, and then the Tactician's Crown, which gives me some bonus additional stats. I think I was going to move that over to the Savika for lack of better options. So I'm playing Jinx as my extra +1 unit. You could definitely make a case that it would be better to play like a 2-star Ambessa, which I think I could have had, or as I said, a 2-star Echo. Both of those are probably have been a little bit better, but I do have a lot of like a lot of melee units already. I don't think it's terrible having Jinx on the board. If I can actually hit Jinx 2-star, it's going to be really strong. But as I said, there's a good case to be made that I should have just kept Jinx on the bench until I could 2-star her, if I could 2-star her. Anyway, she actually is going to get a rocket off here. Anyway, there we go. We're going to knock that team down to 1 HP. Oh, Jinx, why couldn't you have stayed alive? Jinx died like 1 second before the fight ended. That person would have been out of the lobby there. Maybe I should have had that. Maybe I should have had that 2-star Echo on the board instead. Oh, well. But anyway, yeah, the lobby's pretty close right now. There's a whole bunch of people, 2 people on really low HP, 2 people on 20 HP. And so I'm scouting the lobby, trying to see, is anyone close to 3-starring anything I need to be worrying about? And there is a Rebel player who I think has like 6 Zoes, and then there's the Black Rose player I think has 7 Silcos. So I was like, all right, I need to grab any Silcos I see. I don't want them to hit 3-star Silco. Obviously, I auto lose the lobby if that happens. And I also need to pick up any Zoes I might see. Anyway, there's Savika 2-star. Okay, that was easier than I expected. So I definitely want to itemize the Savika here. So I was hoping I could pull a good... There's another Savika. That would be Savika number 4. I was hoping I could pull a good item. I actually locked the store here because I want to get the Silco. I was hoping I'd get a good Savika item here, but oof. This is not what I want. None of these items are even remotely usable on Savika. I mean, maybe the Hurricane. I was like, I'll just take the Steadfast Heart to make you tankier. I think that's better than anything else. At least you'll survive longer, and you can then tank for like Draven and the Violet, I guess. There were really no good options there. None of those items were any good at all on Savika. But yeah, did the best that I could, and that's that. All right, now this player has double Enforcer emblems. I was like, what the heck? This is the Young, Wild, and Free player. They used... were able to get a spatula off that one carousel. Somehow they got another spatula. I don't even know where they got another spatula. But they ended up getting double emblems, and now they're playing 8 Enforcers over there, which is, again, really scary. Anyway, there's a Vi. We'll take that. But yeah, I figured right away they were probably the most dangerous one in the lobby because they have 8 Enforcers in. They have double Enforcer emblems. And on top of that, they also managed to 2-star Caitlyn. I don't know how they hit 2-star Kate, but I guess they are level 9. Never mind. I guess they're level 9. That makes sense. So they put the extra emblems on Elise and also on, what was it, Ambessa, I think is the other one. Yeah, so those are pretty good people to hold that. Savika is the other one who's a good holder of the emblem. But are they even playing Violet on there? Are they playing? For some reason, they don't. Okay, this is that player, by the way. Yes, they are playing Vi. Vi doesn't have very good items, but they are playing Vi up there. So I was trying to figure out what I could do in this fight. I decided I would try to put my all my pit fighters on the left-hand side, and I was hoping that they might be able to wrap around and get on Kate in the back lines. Doesn't seem like that happened. Unfortunately, that Elise got off. Did you see what happened? The Elise got off one last stun when she was on like 10% HP. If Elise doesn't get off that stun, then I win the fight because my guys would have kept attacking. That 2-second stun gave Kate enough time to charge up her ability. So everybody else in the lobby is on 1 health, or well, not 1 health, on 1 life. Everyone else in the lobby dies if they lose 1 more round. I can afford to take another loss here. Sadly, no more Kingslayer value for me. I don't see how I can ever be lower health in the lobby than someone else. But I decided for this round I would try to put my pit fighters on the right-hand side. This is that scrap board that I almost knocked out of the lobby before. I knocked them down to 1 HP last time I fought them. So I definitely want to get this team out of the lobby if I can, and someone's going to get eliminated on the other board here. So I was hoping that if I put these players on the right-hand, or my pit fighters on the right-hand side, maybe they could just punch their way through the rumble and then go kill Corky. But that does not end up happening at all, and this fight actually ends up going pretty badly from from a positioning standpoint, because Quirky aggroes on my pit fighters instantly at the start of the fight, and you can see what happens. He just kills all of them. I want Quirky shooting at tanks, not shooting at my carries. So I lose that round, and I'm down to 14 HP, and now I'm also probably out after the next loss. And I'm still last pick on this carousel, so I'm going to have to make do with something. But I believe I can take this Deathblade and put this on Draven. It's a good Draven item. And then I can move the Guard Breaker over to Savika, which is probably a better item on Savika anyway. But there's no more room for error now. Now I will be out of the lobby on a loss. Maybe if it's like a one, if there's like one enemy unit surviving, maybe I can survive a loss, but it seems unlikely. And oh, by the way, now I'm on Jinx pair. If I had gotten that Jinx off Carousel, I would have been on 2-star Jinx, which would have been really, really nice, but not to be. I will still have to search for one more Jinx. All right, so I'm going to be up against I'm up against the same player again 2 rounds in a row. So I was like, all right, well, this did not work last time. We're going to do the exact opposite. We're actually going to put all my damage dealers on the left-hand side, which is where they don't have any tanks on this board. And we're going to have Vander, my strongest tank, on the right-hand side. So Quirky is going to be shooting at tanks, whereas I'm hoping that my damage dealers are going to be on his damage dealers. And that actually worked out really, really well, because we punched right through the very weak left-hand side of his line, and they were able to get in the backline and start killing stuff. So wow, what a difference. I win that fight really, really easily. And then in the Ghost round, over on the other hand side, it looks like the Enforcer player got knocked out by the Ghost of the Scrap player that I beat. So that's actually going to end the lobby right there. I actually thought we were going to have to do another round. I thought the game was going to go at least one more round, but no, it doesn't. And it looks like positioning for the win there. So that was kind of a cool ending to the game, because I lost to that, I lost to that scrap board pretty badly. And I was like, no, I had the positioning wrong in this fight. I needed to have my tanks over there. So Quirky was shooting at my tanks, and then I was able to wrap around on his back line. And it actually worked out really well. Remember, melee damage dealing comps positioning is always super duper important. All right, well, anyway, once again, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you enjoyed this game. I got a kick out of the Kingslayer thing, and I hope you did too. Until next time, hope you're having a great week. Take care, folks, and I'll see you again soon.